Not only are the Eagles interested in Maxx Crosby, they're also the top destination. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, Kick Dingbat here, and it should be no surprise that when it comes to an elite pass rusher, Maxx Crosby, the Eagles are going to be one of the top suitors to go out and get him. Why? Because the Eagles, over the last few years, have been trying to get an elite pass rusher. And when they do that defensively, they add a guy like Maxx Crosby to this team with Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, the development of a guy like Jalen Hunt. This team, this defense is going to be scary. I have bad news for Cowboy fans out there because I keep seeing the Mark Holmes videos of the Eagles are collapsing. It's all bullcrap. The Eagles are retooling, we are reorganizing, and just by history, we always come back stronger after years like we just had. Get ready for more of it. Now, what are we talking about today? Of course, we're talking about Maxx Crosby. As I always say, tomorrow, Eagles news, today. Okay? Because we've been talking about this for a while now, and now everybody's catching up. Yes, the Eagles are going to be a top suitor for Maxx Crosby. Of course they are. They've wanted Micah Parsons. They wanted Myles Garrett. You think they're not going to go after a guy like Maxx Crosby? And maybe this is why it has been so quiet on the Jalen Phillips front. Maybe the Eagles want an elite pass rusher. And I like Jalen Phillips, but come on. These are two different guys entirely. What Maxx Crosby would do for this defense would be take it to the next level. And here's the thing. I got to say this also. I keep hearing people tell me, oh, the Eagles, they don't have the cap money. They can't do it. They don't have the cap room to do it. They're out of it. Forget about it. They're done. Do you know how many times that I've heard this year after year after year after year after year? And the Eagles don't care about the cap number. You understand? In terms of if they want somebody, they're going to go get him. Howie Roseman is all the guy you have to look at. We just need to look at historical context or contests. I mean, look, Hassan Reddick. Remember when the Eagles went and got him? Oh no, the Eagles, they're not interested in Hassan Reddick. They can't afford him. Oh, the Eagles can't afford to pay a wide receiver like A.J.Brown after going out and getting Devontae Smith. They don't have the cap number. Oh no, the Eagles, they just signed Carson Wentz. There's no way on earth that they would trade him after just giving him a huge contract. Oh no, the Eagles, they'll never pay a running back. They'll never pay a running back and go out and spend cap money where they don't have on a Saquon Barkley. Yet, all these times, people are wrong. When the Eagles want somebody, there is nobody better at manipulating the cap than Howie Roseman. And yes, for a guy like Maxx Crosby, you better believe it, he wants to go out and do it, okay? The Eagles want an elite pass rusher. They have showed us over the last 2 years, this is what they're into, okay? Now, on Anthony Gargano's show, they talked about this, right? Mike Garafolo came on, and he talked about this, and Anthony Gargano asked him, could the Eagles be a landing spot for Maxx Crosby if the Raiders trade him in the offseason? This was Mike Garafolo's answer.
What chances do you think the Eagles are a destination?
Like big time. If this thing opens up, and everybody's a player. I mean, listen, they tried to trade for Micah Parsons in the division, right? Why would they not trade for, let me rephrase. Why wouldn't they then be considered a strong contender for a team that would be like, yeah, get him out of the conference,
right?
Get him to another team, and I would certainly put the Eagles top 3, 5, whatever, for Maxx Crosby if and when this thing opens up. And I do believe it's going to open up.
Boom! That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody is burying the Eagles. Even Eagle fans are thinking we're waving the white towel. It's over for us. This window is closed. Wake up! It ain't closed. It's just getting started, all right? This team has what? The youngest defense in the league last year. They got young players all over the place. They got talent galore. We got to tweak some things, fix some things. But you know what? We got a chance. We got as good of a chance as anybody else out there. And if the Eagles add Maxx Crosby, that would change so much for this team. And I know people are saying, Mike Garafolo, he's got to say that. He's got to say that, of course he's going to say the Eagles are going to be one of the contenders. But the truth is he doesn't have to say it. And the fact of the matter is the Eagles don't have to be one of the contenders, but it just makes sense. It's if you just look at recent history, they go after Myles Garrett last offseason. They go after and almost land Micah Parsons, a division rival from a division rival team. They're almost willing to give the Cowboys a bunch of picks. They weren't going to give him Jalen Carter, but Cowboy fans think they were, and the Cowboys probably wanted him. Then they offered what, 2 or 3 first-round picks for Myles Garrett reportedly at the trade deadline. They go ahead, they get Jalen Phillips out there right now. If Jalen Phillips was the guy they were absolutely 100% happy about, and I'm not saying that they don't like him, but if that's the guy they were settled with, I think we would have heard a lot more about the Eagles' intentions to keep him. But it has been deadly quiet. I mean, deadly quiet. So, what am I saying here? I am saying that when you look at the Eagles and you look at the offseason, I've been saying this for about a month, a guy like Maxx Crosby is going to be probably the Eagles' number 1 target. It's going to be exactly what the Eagles want to do. I could see the Eagles going out in free agency, adding an elite pass rusher, okay? Then, you make middle-of-the-road signings. Maybe you bring in an upgrade at corner. You have to get another safety. Maybe they sign Blankenship. Everybody assumes Reed Blankenship's going to walk, okay? But the truth of the matter is we don't know that. I don't think he's that expensive. So if they wanted to bring him back, they could. Or you could always call my boy C.J. Gardner-Johnson up for one more round. Now, I don't think the Eagles would do that, but the point is there's safeties that you could fill in. There's a cornerback that you could upgrade with. If you add Maxx Crosby, can you imagine Maxx Crosby, and then Jalen Carter comes in ready to play this year? And let's not forget how Jordan Davis is. Jordan Davis is only going to get better and better. And then you got a guy like Jalen Hunt. See, I think the move is, I think the guy who may be the odd man out here is going to be Nolan Smith. Because if I'm the Eagles, I'm gonna trade. If I have to give up a 1 and stuff to the Raiders for Maxx Crosby, one of the guys I'm going to give him is Nolan Smith. That would be the guy. So I would package a 1 with a former first-round pick who has all the potential in the world, who was fantastic in the playoffs, just has been hurt a little too much. And I'm going to get Maxx Crosby. Yes, I know they got to go out and they got to fix the cap, and there's all these cap things. That's what Howie does. He calculates the calculations or the cornbread, all right? He calculates the calculations, and that's what he will do again. So if the Eagles want him, the Eagles are going to make a run for him. And the Dallas Cowboys got 2 first round. Eagles don't sweat Dallas. Dallas wants to be the Eagles. You look at every mock free agent signing the Cowboys have. Half the roster is the Eagles' defensive players from last year. It's crazy. We're going to sign Jalen Phillips. We're going to get Nakobe Dean, and we're going to get Reed Blankenship. Boy, they want to be us. But you can't, because you don't have Howie Roseman, and you don't have a quarterback who can come up big in the clutch. I love this. I'm actually really, really excited, as you could tell, about this possibility, because I see what it does to this defense. Now, one thing we got to talk about, too, is the Eagles did have a hiring today. Matt Zenitz wrote this. The Pound Eagles are set to hire Pound Bills Nichols coach Mike Pellegrino, the water guy, I guess. Is it that mineral water? As defensive back coach, sources tell at CBS Sports. Before Buffalo, the 32-year-old Pellegrino worked for the Patriots for 10 seasons, including the final 6 as a cornerback coach. So I don't think he could have done that bad of a job. It doesn't sound like a bad hire at all, to be quite honest with you. You think about, I would like to know what did he have, like how much influence did he have in the early development of a Christian Gonzalez, somebody like that. But not bad. I'm okay with this hiring. I trust Vic Fangio when it comes to the defense. And you know what, right now, Clint Hurt is still on this team. And that's, to me, a huge, huge bonus. So things are looking up for the Birds. Don't let them tell you anything else. The Eagles, they got everything right in front of them. With that said, take care. Talk to you later, of course. Don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's Howie Vision, baby. We're all just living in it. So I gotta tell you, I'm really worried about Mark Holmes. I really am worried about him. He is lost in his delusion of grandeur. He is lost. He is doing insane videos. The Eagles fans are freaking out. The Eagles are in collapse. Like all this crazy stuff. It's like, dude, I'm sorry. It's a year 11. Year 11. That you're out of excuses for Dak Prescott. And I know what you're trying to do. And this is what Mark does. He tries to hype up his Cowboy fans to think the Eagles are collapsing and they're ready to go. Only to get to the season, have Dak choke in December and lose, and then blame Jerry Jones and everybody else. It just keeps going round and round we go. Denzel Washington out. That's all, folks.
The brother screwed us.